hello. Yes, think I should be live right now. It says live on my screen. Sorry, I'm a little bit a couple of minutes late, but I'm here. We'll wait for a few more to come in. It's 10:02 on my clock, and there's probably a few more coming in. But if you are already here, I would love to see your name in the question box on your right, I believe, where you could see the Q&A, and you can type in and say hello and where you're from. Okay. So for the benefits of the ones who are going to be watching this in a replay, I'm just going to go ahead and jump into the content today. And those of you who will be joining in later can watch the replay and catch on what has transpired in the beginning, okay? All right. So hello everyone. It's Sarah Ong, and I'm the creator of the online group coaching program, Easy Peasy Sleepy Time, the place where I teach you to help your baby or child sleep in the way that you'd like her to sleep. And hi Vicki, nice to see you here. Thanks for joining. Okay, so welcome to my webcast this morning, and I appreciate your time being here, or those of you watching the replay. Today I'm going to be talking about the 3 fresh bedtime routine tips that you can try. I know that in general, even if you were to type bedtime routine tips in Google, most of them would come up with, generally a bedtime routine that goes like this. So you take your baby in for a bath, and then give her a quiet story time or massage for small babies in a very calm environment, and then give her milk, either breast milk or formula, whichever your baby takes, and then lights out, and then go to sleep. Okay, but not every child will follow these steps, correct? You think that if I do this enough every day, that they would be following the steps every night. To a certain extent, yes. But there are just some children who just won't. They just prefer to play, or they don't want to. They will put up some fight when you mention let's go to sleep, and you just say no. For toddlers especially. So what I put together today for you are the 3 tips that you could use right away, tonight, if you'd like, and see how that's gonna help you put your baby to sleep much better. So the number one thing that I'd like to add on to the general bedtime routine that you would do is to talk about her day. I like to do this in when the lights out, so the mood becomes more intimate, because we can't really see each other much, other than the light that comes from the blue light that comes from the toddler clock that they have in their bedroom. So the mood is right, and I usually would ask them. But of course, if your child is a baby, there's no way that you can have this conversation. But you could just have a chat with your baby, and asking her if she's doing, remember what we did today? We did this, we did that. Kind of like recapping the day with her. Along with her, and what you guys did, and then you could also talk about those times when she cried, or when she was being a little bit cranky. You could also talk about that with a baby. But those who have toddlers or preschoolers, and they would love to talk about things that make her happy, sad, scared, or angry. So this is what I would do quite on a consistent basis with them, and they usually take turns who goes first, because I have 2 girls, and one's 7 and the other one is 4 years old. So they will take turns each night to say what they want to say first. So I find that this is quite a good time for us to connect again and see what had happened in the day and what feelings they had about certain things that happen in a day. And sometimes when they had a bad day, they do cry about it. They say, you know, it's not my day today. You know, I didn't like what happened. It's the worst day ever. And so it's about listening to what they want to say about the day, and also to encourage them to do a little bit more, you know, communicating their feelings with you. So it's not the time to fix those feelings. It's not about saying, oh, it's okay, you'll get over it, or you're gonna be fine, don't be scared, you know, today is just one of those days, you know, it's gonna be better tomorrow. Yeah, sure, it's gonna be better tomorrow, but it's not exactly what your child might want to hear from you at that point. They probably just want someone to empathize with how the day went, if it was really bad. And if it was really good, you would just, yay, you know, you had such a good day, I was so proud of you, you must be so proud of yourself, you worked so hard. Or, you know, my 7-year-old was really happy about yesterday. She said it was the best day ever yesterday, because she got back her final exams results, and she was really, really happy and pleased about it. And so that was her main highlight of the day. And then the other tip that to share with you is to play. So those of you who are familiar with my work, I always incorporate play into your bedtime routine, because I believe that connection can come through play, and your child would most likely indicate this and invite you to do this right before they sleep. And most of the times when I meet parents at talks, or meet parents when they talk to me on the phone before they want to engage me to help them, one of the common things is that they, no matter how tired they are, they still want to play. They still want to invite you and show you that they, hey, let's play, I don't want to go to sleep yet, although they're like rubbing their eyes and they're a little bit very clumsy with themselves. Okay, so I like to turn things into games when bedtime gets a little bit hard or difficult to get them into bed when they say no. I would probably play games like, if they're a little bit older, you would just be silly and perhaps wear a school uniform to sleep instead of pajama. Instead of wearing their sleep clothes and they're wearing their school uniform, and you'd be like, yeah, this is your sleep clothes, go ahead and put it on, this is what you're going to wear to sleep. And then make a real mock serious face about it, and then making sure that they catch on to you, and then they say, no, this is not what I wear to, this is for school. And then just say, oh yes, I must have been mistaken, or something like that. Just being over the top silly and being such mock serious about wearing school uniforms to go to sleep. Or you could play games like you are being the spoiled and demanding baby, and that you want to go to sleep, but before you go to sleep, she needs to do a lot of things to meet your demands, like, oh, I need to have a cake right now, I want to say read 10 books right now, I want you to take me this, and I want you to take me that. And so it's just being over the top, spoiled and demanding baby. And I played that before, and it was just so funny watching them scrambling, trying to meet my demands as a demanding baby. That was quite fun. And the other game that I would suggest to you is also to do the opposite, that you tell them to do the opposite of what you want them to do. Tell them to do the opposite, yeah. So if you want them to get into bed, so you tell them not to go into bed. Okay, you want them to sleep, but you're going to tell them don't close your eyes. I know this sounds a little bit like, yeah, but then they're just not going to do it. Trust me, if you are in this place of being silly and wanting to connect with your child and just being over the top, playful with them, they will do the opposite of what you do. And what happens is, when I play this kind of games, is like, okay, I'm going to switch off the light, and whatever you do, don't get on the bed, you're not going to sleep, we're just going to play in the dark, whatever you do, don't get on the bed. And then what do? They get on the bed and they just giggle in the dark about it. And then I would put on this mock angry face, like, I told you not to get on the bed. Why did you get on the bed? No, get off the bed. So they would just laugh and laugh and laugh, and then yes, they get off the bed, and then we do this over and over again, pretty much to a point where they're laughing and laughing and laughing. So that the point is just to be so silly that they're laughing their heads off, that they get so relaxed from all that laughter going. Okay, so that's another tip that I want you to try. And if babies, for example, if they have this fear of being placed in a cot, say for example you've been bed sharing, or she's been sleeping in the swing, or she's been sleeping in a bassinet that's close to you, and now you want to transition her into cot, and she seems to have such big fear about it. So you could play games like you're gonna, that going to it, but then you're so scared. You're going to it, and then you're so scared, but you can do it. So it's like playing this game right before sleep. Like, okay, I'm going to put you in the cot, but let's just try and see what it's like to be in it. And then you go really close, and it's no, so scared. And then you bring her again closer to the cot. No, I'm so scared. No. So it's just a game to show that it's scary to get into the cot, but then it's actually funny when you play it that way. Okay, so turn things into games. So I've given you a few examples that you could play with your baby or with your toddler, and you could incorporate this even right before sleep. So I have a mom who I just supported her the past couple of weeks, where she introduced the game of the mama bear and the baby bear cave game. Her daughter is now 2, I believe, or slightly under 2. And she loves the game. She's been asking for that game over and over, even though her mom has tried to initiate other new games, but she just insisted to play this cave game for some reason. So the game goes like, okay, I'm the mama bear and you're the baby bear, and mama bear is gonna go out of the cave, and she needs to stay in the cave or on the bed. I think the bed was the cave. And that she's gonna go out and to get some honey, and she'll be back. So she said, no, whatever you do, don't get out of the cave. I don't want to catch you coming out of the cave. And then she just turns around. She's like, la, 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 I'm going off to get honey. And as she turned around, obviously, she has gotten off the bed. And she's giggling about it. And then she does the whole mock angry, hey, get back into the cave. You're not supposed to get out here. So this thing has been going on. They've been playing this for 2 weeks, every night. Some days she cuts it short, some days she goes all the way. So she takes turn with her husband as well to play with her. But she does see some improvement there in terms of not being so difficult about going to bed. She's actually more excited about it because she knows she's get to play that mama bear and baby bear game there. So if you have just joined us, say hello and your name and where you're from. And thank you so much for being here. Okay, so let's go on to the third tip. Is to have another adult to do it with you, or to switch it out with you to do the routine. It doesn't have to be mommy all the time, or it doesn't have to be daddy all the time, which is rare if it's daddy all the time. But have, if you were to both be doing it together as a family, it's a family time that you do it together almost every night. But I understand that some of you may have husbands who are working very long hours, or working away, or having unstable kind of working hours. That's fine. But maybe on the weekends or whenever that's possible for him to be there, get him involved as well, get dad involved, so that whenever any time that you are not up to it, or when you feel that maybe you could just get things going first, dad can go in first and then start off the first half of the bedtime routine, and you kind of join in while you get yourself nourished. Maybe you want to take a shower, or maybe you just want to go and have that cup of tea just slightly before bedtime, or whatever warm drink that nourishes you. So go ahead and do that, and then while dad takes over just for a while, not just the play part, but the whole asking them, talking to them, connecting with them with feelings. and then you come in and join in later towards the end, the tail end of the, or you could just have dad to do the whole bedtime routine. So I've also supported some moms who have done that, like, okay, today's dad's turn to do it, and today's my turn. Which is fine, as long as you can trust that your partner, your spouse, your husband is able to handle them, even though there will be times when they ask for mommy, or mama, and if you feel that at that point you need to go in, just go in. But if you trust that he can take over and that they can go ahead and sleep without you, then that would be awesome as well. So whichever that goes well with you. Okay. So I will go on to Q&A next. And I also got a couple of questions that came in via email as I sent out yesterday. So I'm going to be answering them here. But before I go into that Q&A session, is that I would like to talk to you about this Easy Peasy Sleepy Time online course that I've created. And this is going to go on live next week, where I will teach you how to take small steps towards a full night's sleep. And then I help you to identify the source of your child's sleep anxiety, what's causing your child not be able to sleep peacefully, or waking up many times crying in the night. Where's this anxiety coming from? And I will explain why that sense of connection is so vital to your child's sleep. It's not just go, sleep, and without that connection happening before sleep. I will also share with you the powerful ingredients to relax sleep. And we're going to go really deeply into each and of those ingredients, and for you to be able to understand them from the foundation level, so that you could use those knowledge to your own way of putting your baby to sleep or your child to sleep. And then I'll also be teaching you the concepts from aware parenting. That's the philosophy that I subscribe to. Hand-in-hand parenting is also another parenting philosophy that I subscribe to. Both are quite aligned with each other, and it is my strong belief that this is a good way. It's not the only way, but it's a really good way, and it makes such a logical sense to me on what children need, or what young children need, in order for them to sleep better and to behave better and to be more content and connected with you. And I will give a lot more examples on how play can help build your child's confidence in relationships to sleep. So I've given you a few today in this webcast, and I'll give you a lot more specifically to your situation. So if, let's say, your baby has fear of sleeping in a cot, like, for example, I could give you a few more other examples you can play with. Let's say going to bed and not wanting to let go of the nursing would be another way of doing it. And then not wanting to let go of the bottle. He's already 2 years or 3 years old and he's still needing the bottle and throughout the night. So how can we use play to overcome these behaviors? And then I will also explain why setting loving limits around bedtime is important, because for the older they get, the more assertive they get, right? The more they want to be in control of their situation. And I'm not ready to sleep, so you don't ask me to sleep, and I just say outright no until this is addressed. So then, but if you were to just follow with whatever it is that they want, then there will be no end to it. Okay, so there has to be some loving limits in place, and this is not going to be done from a place of harshness or scolding or the punishment. It's going to be something of a place of a compassion. Okay, so we do have a question from Vicki, which I will get to you shortly. And yes, to go back to that. So we're going to start Easy Peasy Sleepy Time on Monday, this coming Monday, on the 2nd of November. And I would love for you, if you're ready to change the way your baby sleeps and you need help with that, you need lots of support from me and a supportive community, I invite you to sign up. So go to sleepytime.com/join-in. So that's easy peasy, sleepytime.com/join-in to sign up. All right, so let's go into the questions. So we'll take the live one first. Okay, so Vicki asks, baby 7-month-old, I do the playtime before her bath, massage, read book, and nurse, sing a song and put in crib. Okay, all right. Okay, continue, she said. But she sometimes cries very badly when I take her out of the bath because she loves playing in the water. Okay, I will try to distract her, but she wails so loudly with eyes closed and can't hear me. Dressing her up, massaging all becomes difficult. I will end up nursing her to calm her down, then continue with the bedtime routine. Okay. And the question is, oh, there you go. So I can't do the crying in arms at that time because she wouldn't even have gotten her diapers on. Okay. So you're wondering how you can do this because she seems to be crying when you take her out of the bath. I see. Okay, this is an interesting question. Thank you, Vicki. Okay, from where I'm seeing this is that she seems to love her bath, right? She loves playing in the water, and it seems that she probably needs it a lot more time, like she needs to have a lot more time in it before she's ready to be taken out. And I would probably want to suggest that, you know, if you've done the whole playing and all that before her bath, which is good, and sometimes that when, you know, you set a loving limit here when, you know, she's playing in the water, and then she probably give her an like additional 5 minutes, and then you say, okay, fine, you know, that's enough, you know, I'm gonna take you out now. But it seems that taking her away from the water has caused her to be a little bit more brought her to that sweet spot of the feelings that was underneath, you know, that perhaps that she wasn't ready yet, or perhaps she needed you to give her a heads up, and that if she ends up crying anyway, even after all these things that you've done, it probably could mean that she's so relaxed to be after, you know, after having a bath, after playing with you, after nursing and all that, and that she's just now so relaxed that you know how feelings come up when your body is tired and wanting to relax. So she's probably trying to do this with you even before she gets dressed. So I don't recommend you forcing to dress her in it, right? And I so hear you when you say you want to, you end up nursing her to calm her down because, you know, you kind of need to put on her diapers and stuff. I so hear you. But it would be a good idea to maybe just, if she's not willing to cooperate to put on the diaper, that you just get one and just slide it under her while you hold her with a towel, for example, you know, before she gets ready. If that would be a time when she feels like she just needs to release her tension, that would be another choice for you to do it. You know, obviously, one, you got to make sure that she is not cold and, you know, all those immediate needs are met, and she just seems to be crying. So you could choose to either nurse her and then she calms down, or that she would end up crying again later on, or you could just choose to hear her out while you just hold her and then you just tell her that, oh, I'm so hearing you really want to be in the bath, and, you know, you hate it when I take you out. I still hear you. You really like the being in the bath water. But right now it's, you know, sleepy time. So that might help her to relax even more before you put her into the crib. Okay, so I hope that clarifies. And I will go on to the next question. Excuse me. The next question that I received is from Yanlu. She asks, my question is, how do I get my 3-year-old son to take afternoon nap when he looks tired and does not want to lie down to sleep? When I tell him to lie down and close his eyes, he doesn't want to. And when I become fierce, he cries. Oh. At night, when my hubby or me bring him upstairs to sleep, even with blackout curtains and light closed, it takes 1 hour for him to fall asleep. can we get him to sleep in 10 minutes or less? I find it such a waste of time to just put him to sleep. Oh, I so hear you, mom. And I so hear your son as well, wanting to sleep, but you're tired, but it's taking such a long time to wind down. Yeah, so this, again, you could use, you could use the tip that I've just shared in my video, that 3 tip earlier. It's about play, making everything turn it into a game. For a 3-year-old, it's quite tough when we try to ask them to do something that we want them to do, and they will just do the opposite, right? And it will come to a point where we feel so powerless when they're not listening to us, and then when we feel powerless, we get angry. We go into a place of power. Usually comes with yelling, right? And it comes with scolding, because we come from a place where we're really nice, and then they just seem not to want to cooperate, and then we feel powerless, and then from there we kind of want to get into power again, so we use all this power over approach, which wouldn't be something that you want to continue, because it's tiring, isn't it, to do this power over approach every single night. It's I'm sure it's exhausting. And yes, taking 1 hour to fall asleep is long, and there are so many other things that you can do as well while during that 1 hour. So I really hear where you're coming from, that you really want him to just go to sleep easily. So one way to do it is that play time that you do. If let's say you can't do it at night, at bedtime seems to be, it's so tiring, I just want him to sleep. So do a little bit at dinner time, like right after dinner, when everyone's a little bit more settled. Just spend 10 minutes. Try 10 minutes or 15 if you could, but I would like to start with 10. Just say, okay, now let's play. What do you want to play? But just give a heads up. After, when we're done playing, put a timer, use your phone. So when the timer goes off, we have to start to go to bed. But right now, we're gonna play first. What would you like to play? So setting that 10 minutes aside for him may help him to get his cup, that need that connection cup with you filled. Perhaps you've been so busy the whole day that you never got to do that one-on-one with him. So, or you've been working, and that there's no time for you in the day to connect with him like that. So that 10 minutes before, like the mom that I told you about, the mama bear and baby bear. So she's also a working mom, and she, no matter how tired she feels, she still does it, because she finds she finds joy in seeing her daughter feeling so fulfilled after playing that game that she really likes. So find something that your son likes to do. You could initiate it, or he would just tell you, okay, I want to play this, I want to play. He could say that he wants to play horseback ride. Sounds very much stimulating, but I would recommend, and I would suggest, that you go and move in with that energy where he's at. Go with that horseback ride he wants, or he wants to play hide and seek, he wants to play catch, or he wants to race. Just go with that 10 minutes, just full on energy with him. Don't hold yourself back. Okay, and then see if that helps him to find that spot of laughter, because it's so silly. And of course, when you play with him, he's going to be the one winning. He's the one going to be able to catch you, and it's just letting him win and being a lot more in power, giving him that sense of autonomy, that sense of choice, that I do this and therefore I choose to win, and therefore I get to win. Just to give him that boost in terms of connection through high energy. So of course I would explain a little bit more about this in my programs and all that, but that's a good basic explanation of how play can help you to connect, and then also get him to cooperate and contribute. All right, so at night, Mahavir. So when he is getting to sleep in 10 minutes or less, 10 minutes is a decent time for them to fall asleep. The other thing I would look at as well is, what time does he wake up from his nap? You say he still takes his afternoon nap, and then he does not want to lie down. So when it comes to nap time, I believe it's much harder as they grow older to try and get into nap. They just don't want to miss a thing in the day. Sometimes, yes, we kind of like have to beg them and coax them, can you please just go take a nap, come, and it's such a big process to get them to go to nap. So again, I would try to turn it into a game, like, you know, who's gonna get into the bedroom first, you know, who's gonna win this time. Is it me? I think it's gonna be me. You know, turning it into a game. And you know, you don't sleep, you know, you're just gonna stay here. I'm gonna be the one sleeping, and you're gonna have to take care of me. So, you know, in a way that is playful. Okay, so yes, I understand when you become angry and then he would start crying. Sometimes that getting angry is your way of setting limits, and then the crying trigger comes. It could be that there's some things that he just needs to express, like, you know, that the whole crying comes probably that he really wants to connect with you, but it's not getting it, and instead he is feeling disconnected. So feeling starts to come up, and he wants you to listen to that cry. So have him release those tension, those pent up feelings right before a nap would really help him to have that good sleep. And then again, what time does he wake up from his nap? A 3-year-old, they can go up to 6 hours of awake window. Some may even go up to 7 hours of awake window. But generally, between 4 to 6 hours is where they're at that age. So he's probably not ready yet to drop a nap. I would still suggest that you continue this as long as you can, and then making sure that there's enough gap in between the time he wakes up from the afternoon nap to bedtime. There's enough gap, you know, awake window, enough for the sleep pressure to build again so that he feels tired for him to sleep. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that kind of gives you an idea where you can start. And yeah, you can begin with all these tips right away. Okay, so before I close, I would like to recap again what we've talked about, what I've talked about. I've covered the 3 tips that, apart from a bedtime routine that goes with a bath, quiet story time, a massage for small babies, a calm environment, milk, like not saying that you don't do that. Go ahead and still do that, but there are some things that you might want to spice it up. So things like talking about the day, how the day went, and then you're gonna tell her the story if she's still you know, not being able to verbally speak yet. Tell her what happened in the day, and if she understands you, she probably nods. Talk about things that made her sad. Talk about the things that made her cranky and cry really, really loud. And then the other tip is to play. Playing is fun for them, not so fun for us, awkward maybe for us at first, but it does help you to also relax and see your child get all laughing. And then the third tip is to have another adult to switch with you doing the routine. Okay, so have that involved in it, and sometimes you might even get your helper involved, and I think that's fine to get her involved, though you feel that you want to be in it, but sometimes there are times when you wish that she could do it as well. So maybe take turns with her to put to sleep according to your resourcefulness at that point. All right, and then I also talk a little bit about my Easy Peasy Sleepy Time course. So I would love for you to join me in there. And it will not be like a big group where you feel isolated. You know, it's gonna be, I hope to have like a good number of parents, just a small group where I can really give you that whole time, that 4 weeks, for 4 weeks to coach you as we go along week by week in the module. So check that one out. Again, easypeasysleepytime.com/join-in. Yeah, so that would be the questions that I have received. And Vicki says thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome, Vicki. So glad you're here. And thank you so much for watching and spending time to be here. And please, if you're on the replay, thank you so much for watching this whole 30-40 minutes of webcast, and I hope that was helpful for you. And I look forward to seeing you in another webcast. I think I'll be doing this more often. and address all the common questions that I receive. Okay, so have a good Thursday and have a good rest of the weekend. And I'll catch you next time. Bye.